A very good morning. We are starting our coverage for the Yoga Day at 6 a.m. I have with me in the studio Manisha Kohli, and she's going to be taking us through the various asanas that would be practiced by the Prime Minister today. What is the importance of those asanas and why is yoga so very important? So Manisha, before we just start with the latest news, I want to ask you, why is Yoga Day, and it should come to be so very important in this country? The Prime Minister is going to lead the Yoga Day from Ranchi. Why is it so important?
So yoga, as we know, is a holistic approach to well-being. So it is not just about your fitness levels, it's not about just your mental health, it's about your inner and outside fitness all put together. So yoga is possibly the best gift to this whole world. And our Prime Minister, Mr. Modi, said in 2015 that we want to have this 21st June as the big yoga day. And it's amazing that how the world has accepted it, how everybody comes together, millions of people just to do yoga on 21st.
You know, Anisha, for how long have you been practicing yoga?
So it's been about 7 to 8 years, yes.
And in those 7 to 8 years, and I want to ask you, because over the last 3 years, yoga, what was used to be perceived as the preserve of the rich, or something which had a bit of mystique attached to it, has become now, has gone down and trickled down to the lowest common denominator. Yes. And I think that would be because there is a celebration called Yoga Day. You have the Prime Minister espousing, the virtues of yoga practically every day.
Right, definitely. And of course, that's what we want. We want it to become a mainstream. We have so many sports, and yoga is celebrated more because of the other benefits besides the physical benefits that it performs. So yes, of course, it is getting widespread. It's easy to do. You don't need any equipment. And since it's getting celebrated everywhere, so it's an amazing thing to do.
All right, so what we're going to do is, and we're getting in these visuals, so already I think, people have started assembling. We're going to start, I think, in the next 1 hour. The Prime Minister will lead the yoga celebrations from Ranchi. That on your television screens, ladies and gentlemen, is Yoga Guru Ramdev, and one has to, somewhere down the line, give him credit for taking yoga to the smallest of villages in this country. You have with him, in terms of the other ministers would be going across the country. You'll have the likes of Nirmala Sitharaman, even Arvind Kejriwal in the national capital where we are. They'd be leading Yoga Day there. We have Nirmala Sitharaman in the national capital. Amit Shah, interestingly, at this time would be in Haryana, Rohtak. He would be leading yoga celebrations there. Manisha, I'd bring you in once again. So you've got somebody like a yoga guru Ramdev there, away from the politics. He's actually been able to take yoga to the villages, and I think that is what's really important for people across the country to understand how it could actually benefit you.
Yes, definitely. And Ramdev has done a lot already. As you said, it's gone to the masses and not just to the high-profile people. So, of course, yoga, as I said, it also changes your mindset. So that's what you want. You want people to have a good mindset, a healthy mindset.
All right, let's listen into all the reactions we've been getting in on International Yoga Day.
आगे झुक गए तो बात कीजिए जाए प्रयत्न हो हमारा जितना हो सके अब दाएं पैर पर बैठ जाते बायां पैर पीछे जाता है जितना हो सके ऐसे बैठते इसको कहते दक्षिण हस्त संचालन ये दायां पैर भी पीछे चला पर्वतासन.
So, the Prime Minister would be observing the 5th International Yoga Day. He'd be leading celebrations from Ranchi. Adequate security arrangements have been made as over 40,000 yoga enthusiasts will perform yoga along with the Prime Minister. Yoga, an ancient practice, remains relevant owing to its several advantages, its ability to boost physical, mental and spiritual well-being. Well, that's what we were talking to in the studio with Manisha there. Well, she's been practicing yoga for the last 6 to 8 years. She'll be taking us through the various asanas. Now, in order to promote and spread awareness, the United Nations have declared June 21st as International Yoga Day at the suggestion of the Prime Minister Modi. This year, the theme is climate action and will focus on how yoga can help us solve the problem of climate change. All right, so before I cut across to Manisha and ask her how that could be made possible, I'd like to go to the Red Fort in the national capital, and joining me from there is my colleague Milan. Milan, it's over to you.
Well, a very good morning to you, and as you can see behind me, people have gathered from across the nation here at Red Fort. In fact, the visuals that you're looking at right now is people already into the practice of yoga. And here, Preeti, let me tell you that huge congregation here at Red Fort, where people have gathered disciplined way to come and promote the practice of yoga on International Yoga Day. And as you can see, we're expecting Venkaiah Naidu, the Vice President of India, to come here and grace this occasion. And at this point of time also, we are looking at all the people. It's not just the youth, the senior citizens, younger people, middle-aged people, women, men, everybody has gathered here in the national capital to perform yoga, to promote yoga, as well as acceptance of this particular concept throughout. And as you were speaking in the studio, it's not just about physical activity, it's also about the mind and the body and the soul, and which is why internationally also today Yoga Day is being celebrated. I am standing here at the Red Fort.
Milan, stay on with me. Let's cut across to where the Prime Minister would be leading the yoga celebrations, and that's happening in Ranchi. And joining me from there is my colleague Manogya Loewal. Manogya, what time can we expect the Prime Minister to come? What is the itinerary like? Give us the details.
Well, I'm in the heart of the action, and what a beautiful morning it is, with a lot of mist, some drizzle, as well as a morning where you could say that you feel like breathing in and breathing out and letting everything let out and let it go. And that's the reason, not just because of the heat that has been taken care of after the thunder showers yesterday, but also perhaps the fact that today most of the people, around 28 to 40,000 people who are there in this Prabhat Tara Maidan in Ranchi, in the heart of all the action, will be doing their yoga and pranayams with Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Now, this is the 5th time that India is celebrating after United Nations recognized 21st June, which is perhaps the longest day of the year, as Yoga Day. That's International Yoga Day. Of course, after the initiation of the BJP government in Delhi in 2014. But when you talk about this achievement, this of course has turned into a more of a movement where you see finally common people getting involved, and not just International Yoga Divas. I'll tell you, there is a part of Swachh Bharat Abhiyan also. Announcements being made from the stage that in case you're eating something, there are food packets that have been distributed to most of them. Water has not been given in bottles. They have put up water canters here, which are being used to disperse and distribute water. Anyone who wants to drink it, and specially made toilet arrangements too. So not just about International Yoga Divas, but also the fact that it is a part of Swachh Bharat Abhiyan too. But on the contrary, why Jharkhand? Well, very interestingly, because Jharkhand will be going in for assembly polls in December this year, and that's the reason, and that says it all on why Jharkhand this year.
Very interesting, Manogya. Say why Jharkhand? Because yes, there's always political messaging on every yoga day. Let's just see where Amit Shah is going to be leading the 5th yoga celebrations. He's doing it from Rohtak in Haryana. So while you're in Jharkhand, because that's going to see elections, the BJP president and the Home Minister would be leading celebrations this time in Rohtak. We're going to come right back to you, Manogya. We're going to get to know what the itinerary is, what time will it start. And even last time, I remember when we were covering the yoga celebrations, it had started to drizzle, and the Prime Minister had to actually, and he did so as well, go through most of the yoga asanas through a light drizzle to even heavy rain. He did it then. Let's see what happens today. We're going to go back to Manogya, but what I'm going to do is right now, let's cut across to my colleague Akshay. No, I believe I have Vidya. Vidya is joining me from Mumbai. Vidya, it's over to you. Where are you in Maharashtra, and what is expected?
Preeti, I'm right now in Nanded, where a report of sorts is actually going to be made
There are people from the Guinness Book of Record who are here to see exactly as to how many people really do yoga at one go. In fact, right here behind me, you can see a sea of people who have been mobilized to be brought here not just from Nanded, but from adjoining districts like Hingoli, where all these people will be performing. In the last few minutes, they have done Surya Namaskar at the same time. Well, the State Chief Minister, Devendra Fadnavis himself is here, and even though because of his weight, he is not as agile as Baba Ramdev himself, but both of them are trying their best. As Ramdev Baba also asked the Chief Minister, he said, "I'm trying to do my best," and as we can see, he is, given the kind of heat that Nanded is really going through right now because of the non-arrival of monsoon as yet. People here are enthusiastically here, from the age of 90 to the youngsters you can see from school who have been mobilized here. They are all doing yoga at the same time, and this will be going into the Guinness Book of Records, where people from the Guinness Records are here to take note of it.
Vidya, we're going to come right back to you in Nanded. What we will do is cut across to my colleague Abhishek Anand, who's in the national capital, and he's at the place where Nirmala Sitharaman, our newly minted finance minister, would be leading yoga celebrations there. It's over to you, Abhishek. What time will she come in, and what's expected where you are?
Well, we are at the Yamuna Sports Complex. This complex is quite big, quite huge, and you can see people sitting here waiting for Sitharaman. And very interesting thing I must point out here: if you can spot a group of people in the front row, all these people are RSS men. About 40 to 50 RSS men are here to manage the crowd. As you can see in the front of stage, also there are men in khaki knickers who are managing things here. About in half an hour time, maybe in 45 minutes, Sitharaman, Delhi BJP President Manoj Tiwari, and East Delhi MP Gautam Gambhir, the cricketer Gautam Gambhir, is also supposed to join the yoga day here. As you can see, people have started gathering. The capacity of this particular stadium is about 4,000 to 5,000. A huge number of people have already gathered. The number is around 1,000 to 2,000 right now, but it is expected to reach about 4,000 to 5,000 by the day. Over to you.
Sheikh, thank you there for joining us. We're going to go across to you as well. So that is what it's happening right now. The stage set for India to observe, and the world, the 5th International Yoga Day. That is what's expected. The Prime Minister Modi will perform yoga this morning in Ranchi. Adequate security arrangements have been made as over 40,000 yoga enthusiasts will perform yoga along with him. Yoga, an ancient practice, remains relevant owing to its several advantages, its ability to boost physical, mental, spiritual well-being. In order to promote this and spread awareness, the United Nations declared the 21st of June as International Yoga Day in 2015. At the suggestion of the Prime Minister, this happened. Now, this year the theme is climate action and will focus on how yoga can help us to solve problems of climate change. All right, before I go back to the studio and bring in Manisha, I want to go to Rohtak, and joining me from there is my colleague Ashutosh. And Ashutosh, you know, every yoga day has enough political messaging loaded, and this time it is Amit Shah who would be leading the celebrations of the 5th International Yoga Day from Rohtak, as the Prime Minister does it from Ranchi, because Jharkhand goes to election. Haryana also goes to elections in about 3 months' time.
Well, absolutely. You read the right message behind this, Yoga Day celebration. And perhaps we can call it Politikasan when you see the Prime Minister, leading in Jharkhand, and Amit Shah, the Union Home Minister, leading here the BJP team of the Yoga team here in Rohtak, Haryana, the two states that's going for the assembly poll in next 4 months. But for now, it's a great, day for the celebration. All the yoga enthusiastic right behind me, in a huge number perhaps. I've been told by the district administration that more than 20,000 participants will be here, practicing yoga. The more than 1 hour long session that will be carried out here in the Mela ground of Rohtak. I can see the Patanjali Yoga Pit members who will be addressing from the dais and who will be teaching all the asana of this yoga. And here we can see, not only the locals but also mainly the Haryana police jawans in a huge number. They will be practicing yoga along with the Chief Minister Manohar Lal Khattar and of course the BJP President and Union Home Minister Amit Shah. Preeti.
It's really interesting because, as you also pointed out, that it's happening at the time when elections are due in Haryana. So every time, every yoga day, it's just not randomly that most BJP leaders actually pick their location where they want to lead celebrations. Amit Shah has chosen Haryana. Haryana goes in for elections in the next 3 months, and the Prime Minister has chosen Ranchi. Ranchi goes into elections too this year.
Thanks for watching the video. For more such news and updates, please like, share and subscribe to India Today. Also check out our other great videos from our channel. We know you will love to.